The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,250,240. The confirmed number of deaths comes to 24,483. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,530, with total confirmed deaths at 220. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's Wednesday, June 30th. The Delta variant now makes up more than a quarter of new COVID-19 cases in the United States. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that more than 26% of cases in our country are now of the strain, becoming the second most common variant after the Alpha variant, which at last count represented 47.8% of all coronavirus cases in the U.S. Here in California, the CDC chart shows that Delta makes up about 8.5% of all COVID cases. It has now reached almost every state and is more contagious and aggressive than other strains. As concerns grow, Dr. Anthony Fauci with the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases warns that there could soon be two Americas. He's referring to one group where people are mostly vaccinated and another where low vaccination rates could lead to spikes in cases. He says the disparity between the places with high and low vaccination rates is very concerning. The areas with mostly unvaccinated people are at considerable risk of infection, while those with primarily vaccinated people are mostly protected. He calls spikes in coronavirus cases entirely avoidable and preventable. He reminds Americans that getting vaccinated dramatically diminishes their risk of getting the virus and falling seriously ill. The Moderna vaccine also protects people from the Delta variant. The biotech company announced on Tuesday that it recently completed new studies that showed the vaccine has a neutralizing effect against all COVID-19 variants tested, including Beta, Delta, and Kappa. While still highly effective against Delta, the study also revealed the vaccine was less effective against it and certain other variants than against the original strain of the virus. The antibody response against the Delta variant was about 2 times weaker than against the original strain. It's similar to a recent study on Pfizer's vaccine, which showed that it also neutralized variants, including Delta, though at a somewhat reduced strength. Still, these latest findings continue to back up public health officials' claims that both Moderna and Pfizer are highly effective against Delta. Moderna's CEO says these learnings also highlight the importance of vaccination. The company is developing a booster candidate as well, a 50-50 mix of its currently authorized COVID-19 vaccine and another mRNA vaccine that it developed. Close to 48 million Americans will hit the road or hop on a plane starting tomorrow. The 4th of July weekend is expected to be the busiest travel period since the start of the pandemic. In fact, AAA says this will be the second highest Independence Day travel volume on record. The anticipating traffic represents almost a 40% increase compared to last year, when travel fell to 34.2 million. So, how will these millions of Americans be traveling? Road trips appear to be the most popular. Despite the highest gas prices in 7 years, more than 91% of holiday travel is expected to be by car. About 43.6 million Americans are expected to drive to their destinations, the highest on record for this holiday, and 5% more than the previous record set in 2019. 3.5 million people plan to fly. Air travel volume should reach 90% of pre-pandemic levels. Another 620,000 Americans are expected to travel by other modes, such as the bus or train. And the most popular destinations: Las Vegas, Miami, and Orlando for domestic destinations, and the Caribbean and Mexico are ranked as the top international spots. Southwest Airlines hopes to meet travel demands this holiday weekend by paying a premium to employees who can pick up extra shifts. The Dallas-based airline canceled hundreds of flights and delayed others this month due to bad weather and technical problems. As Southwest and its competing airlines struggle to get staffing back to where it was before the pandemic, the company decided to go straight to its employees. Executive Vice President of Daily Operations, Alan Kasher, wrote a staff note entitled, "We need your help this holiday travel week." He announced Southwest's plans to address the situation for the short term by offering incentives, including an increase in overtime pay for many employees from July 1st through the 7th. That means double pay for flight attendants picking up open shifts and for ground and cargo operations employees. Meanwhile, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association shared on Monday that it failed to reach an incentive agreement with the company. Officials there shared that it has been clear since spring that their operation was on track for a brutal summer caused by overselling a schedule that they could not fill. Southwest offered double pay for pilots picking up those shifts, which the union called inadequate. A Southwest spokesperson says the airline currently has 500 first officers on voluntary leave. For the first time in decades, LA did not have the worst traffic in the country. The annual Texas A&M Urban Mobility Report shows that decreased traffic in 2020 was mostly due to businesses being shut down and more people working from home during the pandemic. The LA area dropped to second place last year, while New York took the top spot. Drivers on the road in the LA, Long Beach, and Anaheim areas spent about 46 hours in traffic, which is actually a drop from about 119 hours 2 years ago. The report also has a color-coded chart showing that most of the backup happened Mondays through Fridays, with delays on Fridays stretching all the way to 11 p.m. Home prices in the U.S. soared at the fastest pace in more than 15 years. The S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller 20-City Home Price Index, which was released on Tuesday, shows a nearly 15% jump in April of this year compared to 2020. The last time prices jumped as high was back in 2005. This data comes from measuring the value of residential real estate in 20 major U.S. metropolitan areas, including Atlanta, Las Vegas, San Diego, and San Francisco. Experts say the ascending prices are due to Americans bidding up prices on a limited supply of available properties. The pandemic also played a role in buying habits. Bigger living spaces became desirable as more people worked from home, leading them to invest in larger homes in the suburbs rather than renting apartments or smaller homes in major cities. The historic run-up in home prices has also been fueled by low mortgage rates. Price increases became so dramatic that home sales have started to slow down as more would-be buyers got priced out of the market. All 20 cities that make up the index reported higher year-over-year price gains in April than the previous month. 5 cities, Charlotte, Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, and Seattle, saw the largest 12-month price increases in the past 30 years. Torrance Beach got a good grade on the latest beach report card issued by Heal the Bay. The nonprofit based in Santa Monica looked closely at more than 500 California beaches for levels of bacterial pollution in the ocean. Here's a look at our report card. Dry grade is A+, and it also mentions our ample amenities such as biking paths, easy access down to the beach, and on-duty lifeguards. On the flip side, Marina Del Rey's Mother's Beach and Santa Monica Pier got mentioned on the Chronic Beach Bummer Analysis page. Heal the Bay says California as a whole improved its beach water quality in the latest reporting period, in large part due to decreased rainfall. Rainfall across the coastal counties in our state was 12 percentage points lower than the historic average. That means fewer pollutants, including bacteria, were flushed through storm drains and rivers into the ocean. And more good news for California beachgoers, 92% of the beaches monitored by Heal the Bay received an A or B grade for the summer season. This year marks Heal the Bay's 30th anniversary of issuing its annual report cards. Every other week, we bring you a Wellness Wednesday story to help you stay safe during COVID-19. Well, 4th of July is coming up, and we want to help you celebrate in the safest way possible. Joining me to remind residents about fireworks safety is Fire Prevention Specialist Ellery Sanders with the Torrance Fire Department. Hi, Ellery. Thanks so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me this evening.
Well, I've seen many pop-up vendors selling fireworks at parking lots across the South Bay. Here in Torrance, is any type of firework legal?
Well, that's a great question. Here in the city of Torrance, all types of fireworks are illegal. The state of California deems certain fireworks as safe and sane, and even in certain communities, not only that they could use safe and sane, but there are allowed, depending on the community, for them to use certain type of fireworks. Unfortunately, here in the city of Torrance, all types of fireworks are illegal, safe and sane, and also otherwise.
Mm. So, what is a potential fine if someone gets caught with illegal fireworks?
Well, a potential fine could be up to $1,000, or either depending on the type of illegal fireworks or the amount, some time in jail, or a combination of both.
Oh, wow. And what types of damage can illegal fireworks cause?
Well, in 2020, there has been a call for about 10,000 fires here in the state of California. Not only the amount of fires, but also the amount of damage, which was up to 4 million acres. So fireworks have been a potential cause to some of those actual fires. It's a summertime. It's a very dry season. So if you have anybody using fireworks unpermitted, there's a chance that there could be a possible fire to start.
Hmm. And how else can illegal fireworks be damaging to our community?
Well, you have a lot of people that actually don't know how to use fireworks. You have children that think they know how to use fireworks, or they actually aren't even supervised by an adult, and that's another bodily injury, any damage to any households, because you have to leave it to the professionals.
Hmm. And those loud popping sounds, I mean, that could be quite traumatic to people who have PTSD or even to your pets at home,
Yeah.
right?
That's correct. That's correct. So we have a lot of war vets or veterans here in the city of Torrance, and depending on the type of training or their past experience as a soldier, for them to hear fireworks could cause a severe amount of PTSD, as well as any type of pets. Because remember, when it comes to pets, they are sensitive to sound, so they hear loud booms 24 hours a day, possibly before 4th of July or even after 4th of July, with these fireworks being so loud, that could greatly damage their hearing.
Hmm. So, what is the safest way we can enjoy fireworks on the 4th of July?
Leave it to the professionals. So here in the city of Torrance, we actually have a fireworks show that we will be displaying here in the city of Torrance for an amount of time. So as soon as sunset happens, that's when the professionals will start the fireworks show. And we actually have locations where our community or citizens can view the fireworks.
Very nice. And is there anything else that you'd like to add or share with the community?
Of course, if you see anybody using illegal fireworks, please contact the Torrance Police Department at a non emergency number, which is area code 310 328 3456.
Well, thanks so much for your tips and the important reminder about fireworks safety as we approach the holiday weekend.
Of course.
Viewing locations for this year's fireworks are the Toyota Sports Complex at 555 Maple Avenue and the west parking lot of the LA County Courthouse at 825 Maple Avenue. Tickets will not be issued for this year's fireworks show. It's a first come, first served basis, so come early if you plan to watch from either of these locations. Fireworks start at 9 p.m. and there will be a number of road closures in this area. For more information and for tips on what to bring and what not to bring to the viewing areas, you can go to torranceca.gov. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. A couple of weeks ago, on June 15th, the city shared on its Facebook page that the Hometown Heroes banner for Lloyd Chambers went missing from its spot, likely due to windy conditions, near Torrance Boulevard and Madrona Avenue. Dozens of people shared the post responding to the city's request for help, and in just 1 week, it was found. City workers thanked the community members for their support in relocating the missing banner. It's now back up, greeting drivers right outside of the Benstead Plunge. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Bella Shaw brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.